Yeah, you can. Do you know what it would be?
A.
No, think again. What are you subtracting again?
Ax squared minus x squared.
Alright. Someone needs help with that. How do you simplify ax squared minus x squared?
A
bracket.
A bracket.
No, x squared bracket.
X squared brackets.
A minus 1. Thank you.
You asked the question, you answered yourself.
Alright.
Too bad. So this is what I would do. That's plus A, right? Minus 1.
But then it
Doesn't work. So you have to answer everything. Does anybody have a solution? I have one here. I need to check if others got the same thing. Take your time, but try to be fast also. Yeah. Take your time, but try to be fast also. Basically, don't waste time. Sorry. That's what we just talked about.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, let's see. What? Doesn't look like you're done. Look at the instruction. It says find A, B, and C. It doesn't say anything that looks like that. Okay, 6. Perfect. Next time it will be negative 2A, it's negative 2. Because one of them is plus and one of them is minus, and one is oh, great, perfect.
Oh my god.
When you get to 86, H got the 6 is correct. No, you don't defend it, but write it down. Yes, I'm waiting for the rest of the solution before we do it together.
Yeah, I can see H equals to 2 to the double step.
Yeah, come on, do something meaningful. But that's not what you do. I think we should do this together.
Yeah, that looks more like it.
So where does this come from? You wrote the explanation of the first step and third step. Why did you get easy on the 6 minus 1? There was something.
呢個 CX 係呢嚿，CX 其實我哋呢一嚿，但係我覺得你咁樣判，我唔明係咁樣咯。跟住呢個係 BX square，呢個係x square 嘅 power，就 x power 就 q x power 就 q。我將6個有呢度又揾到 B 啊，揾到 B 同埋 C 啊，即係 BX 係對於邊一嚿啊？AX
Did you just doubt?
square 減 x square，即係。
Okay, everyone. You got 6 and what is B again?
哦，即係等於
Guys.
係 C 嘅零吧。
You got A to do what?
6
Krista, you're not saying anything.
I have 6 for A.
Okay, that's my language. Okay, so A is 6, B is what?
5.
And C is what? Really? Is anyone? You didn't get A. Alright, we'll see where some of you made the mistakes now. Okay, so let's do this. Guys, look, you are trying to compare these two. This has been expanded, this has not been expanded. So your task is to expand this first and compare. It's about expansion and comparison. Does that make sense? So, I start with the first one, x plus 1, x minus 2. Because this gives x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2. Do we all get that? And this is x squared minus x minus 2. Am I right? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so I use this with a. So x squared minus x minus 2, x plus a. So let's expand, everybody. Everybody, please.
x cubed
Plus AX squared minus X squared minus AX minus 2X minus 2A.
Like that. Okay? So now this is now the same as the other side, which is x cubed. I stopped here because I can't simplify anymore, basically. Actually, I can, but I don't want to go into all that. I'll show you how you can pick these terms without doing what Jamila was asking the other time, that I have to put a bracket. Okay? So please pay attention. And see, is there a problem? Okay? So I stopped here because these are, letter and number. I don't want to write a minus 1 bracket. The reason is, if I do that here, some of you may not know how to write this in simpler form. So I'm just going to leave it as this. I'll show you how to pick it. So with this other side, dx squared, cx minus 12, this one. Now I compare. Compare both sides. Compare both sides. When I say both sides, I mean this and this, which is now this and this. Do you agree? So the cube, the square, this is my square, but the square can be found in two places here. Can you see that? The x term, and I have just one of them, and of course the constant term, like that. Okay? So nothing to bring out from the cube, but something I'm brought out from the square. Okay? From the square term, I have a minus 1, that's the coefficient. The coefficient here is a, the coefficient here is minus 1, and that must be the same as the coefficient of, because I have to do a minus 1 to give me b, if they must be the same. Do you understand that? They are telling you this and these are the same. It means when you expand and simplify, you are left with bx squared. So whatever addition and subtraction happens must be equal to b. Now, the addition and subtraction should have been a and minus 1. If a was 7, this would have been 7 minus 1, right? I would have written 6x squared next. Do you understand that? So a and minus 1 must be b. So a minus 1 is equal to b. That's 1. Another thing, for the x, negative a and negative 2 must be what?
C.
Must be c. That's another thing we know. Then the last thing is, for these two to be the same, negative 2a must be equal to negative 12. Okay? So many of you started with this, it's fine. You don't have to start with this one. So when you get from here, that's how else this is what I'm saying. You don't just write, where did you get this from? Okay? A is equal to 6, perfect. You use your A is equal to 6 here to get C, use it here to get B. So if I put my 6 here, 6 minus 1 is equal to B. Now I know how you got this one now, because your A has been found. So that means B is equal to 5. Don't write 5 is equal to B, write B is equal to 5. Then put this here, negative 6. I might have to ask you guys to excuse the class that is stopping my lesson. Negative 6 minus 2 is equal to C, so C is equal to negative 8. Okay? So if you do this, just write the conclusion, because it looks a bit not arranged. B is equal to 5, C is equal to 8. Okay. Just be good student. Yeah. Not like, oh, I don't care, I'm just going to write rubbish. No, don't do that.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm waiting.
negative
Negative 8? Oh, the negative is invisible, that's why you couldn't see it. Of course. So for your DIY, write as homework question 11. And that's the end of that part. Question 11 on page 191. Okay, you do it on your own. But not now, please, because we need to check out Mr. Simultaneous equation. I'm showing you this simultaneous equation in Form 2, so it should be quick. Do you remember what it is? Are you serious right now? Simultaneous equation? Oh, dude, I taught you in Form 1. So I knew you were in Form 2 in this school last year. Okay? You can't run away. You can't run away from that. Okay, so we'll look at simultaneous equation next. No. Can you share with us? Yes. I'll give you a first one. Ah, trying to be a good boy.
I'll keep the thing around. It's okay.
No, it's not that friendly, okay? Guys, I will ask a question. What does this word mean? Did I spell it right? Yeah. When you do things simultaneously, what does it mean? At the same time.
Wow.
Answer. What are you doing? What are you doing at the moment? What are you doing at the moment? Be careful. When you do things simultaneously, it means you are doing it at the same time. So simultaneous equation are those systems of equation with more than one variable. In linear equation of one variable, something like this, 2x minus 1 is equal to 9, you are solving for x at one time, basically. But if you have 2x minus y is 9, x plus 2y is equal to 10, I don't know if that is an equation possible. You are looking for x and y in one question, that's the meaning. So you are solving for both x and y at the same time. At the same time mean in one single problem. And that is what simultaneous means. How many of you have seen this type of problem in previous grade? So you have done simultaneous equation before. Okay? So these are equations that are, for this level, that has two variables that will need to be solved at the same time, which means in that same question. That is simultaneous equation. Okay? So I just write a note to remind you. Then I will remind you of the two methods you must have learned. If you have forgotten, it's fine. Something like that. For example, 3x plus 2y is equal to 1, 2x minus 3y is equal to 5. Something like that. Okay. Can somebody remind us of the two methods you learned before? You may not remember the name, just describe them. It's fine if you don't know what they are called. Describe them. One you just subtract from the other. Why do you subtract? To get 0 in 1, not really 0 in 1, to get rid of 1, so you can focus on one variable, right? And after you solve that variable, what do? You replace. The word for replace in math is substitute. Okay? That method, where you have to get rid of 1 to get the other, is called what? Elimination method. Okay? Elimination method is where you have to eliminate one variable and focus on the other variable first. Because it's easier to solve 4x is equal to 16. Right? So after you get what x is, you substitute, and so that's elimination method. So let's write that down since we remember. So the two methods, these are the two methods, in this form. Another method is the graphical method. We will learn that in graph, where you plot the graph of the two, you look at where they intersect. Well, like that. That's like the easiest. Just plot the graph, you look like where they meet. Not horrible. That's what happens when you So what? So now you're like free from me. You're back now. Okay, get used to it. The two main techniques, or I call it methods.
You make one the same first, right?
So we get rid of one variable first, so as to focus on the other one. What about the second method? Does anybody remember the second method? If you don't want to get rid of one variable first, there's another method of solving. Not graph now. I'm not using anything graphical now. We will learn quadratic graph, simultaneous graph, inequality graph, cubic graph, inverse graph, and exponential graph. These are all the graphs we learn. Yeah, this is your checklist. Look at the wall. Go and check all the graphs you are required to learn. No, don't kill yourself. You'll be fine. All right. Second method of solving, if you don't want to use elimination, does anybody remember? I'm sure you learned this in Form 2. Substitution method. That's it.